Remember those fights over the TV remote with your siblings? Well, these have been a part of our growing up. But there are a lot of other remotes as well, which we probably didn't fight over. For example, car remotes, stereo remotes, DVD remotes, cable remotes, AC remotes. Too many remotes, huh? Isn't it fascinating how you can browse to your favorite channel or adjust the room temperature on a single click of the remote? Let's see how it works. The first thing you notice about a remote control unit is that it has no wires. So it has to send signals to whatever it is operating using electromagnetic waves. Most remote controls send signals using infrared radiation, though some use radio waves instead. If you look at the top of a remote control unit, you will see there is a small plastic light emitting diode where the infrared radiation comes out. Now take a look at your TV. Somewhere on the front there is a very small infrared light detector. Human eyes can't detect infrared, so even if you press the buttons on your remote and stare at the LED, you won't see anything happening. The transmitter of the remote sends out pulses of infrared light that represent specific binary codes. These binary codes correspond to commands such as power on or off and volume up. Pushing a button on a remote control sets in motion a series of events that causes the control device to carry out a command. The process works something like this. You push, let's say, the volume up button on your remote control, causing it to touch the contact beneath it and complete the volume up circuit on the circuit board. The integrated circuit detects this and sends the binary volume up command to the LED at the front of the remote. The LED sends out a series of light pulses that correspond to the binary volume up command. The IR receiver in the TV, stereo or other device decodes the pulses of light into the binary data that the device microprocessor can understand. The microprocessor then carries out the corresponding command.
Apart from infrared-based remotes, radio frequency remote controls are also common. Instead of sending out light signals, an RF remote transmits radio waves that correspond to the binary command for the button you are pushing. A radio receiver on the control device receives the signal and decodes it. Problem with these is the sheer number of radio signals flying through the air at any given time. Cell phones and Wi-Fi are all transmitting radio signals at varying frequencies. RF remote address the interference issue by transmitting at specific radio frequencies and by embedding digital address codes in the radio signal. This lets the radio receiver on the intended device know when to respond to the signal and when to ignore it. Car alarm fobs, garage door openers, and radio control toys have always used radio remotes, and this technology is starting to show up in other applications too. Different electronics brands use different command codes. Some IR remotes are pre-programmed with more than one manufacturer's command codes, so they can operate multiple devices, sometimes up to 15 of different brands. For example, if your home theater setup incorporates components from, say, 3 different manufacturers, you can either use 3 different remotes to operate your system or use one universal remote, which is much more convenient. Well, the wireless remote in general has made the world a more comfortable place to live in. In addition to daily life usage, wireless remote controls find a lot of applications in industries, military, and space.
Created using Powtoon.